And Dr. Jonathan Asante Otchere is a political analyst. He has joined us via Zoom for a conversation following the apology from the office of Dr. Matthew Opoku-Pempeh. Thank you, sir, for your time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Annie.
So finally, Opoku-Pempeh has eaten back his words. And is that something that we should accept as a sincere one?
Well, it is always better late than never. Let me say good afternoon to your viewers. It's better late than never. As to whether there is that high level of sincerity in that, only time will tell. Because, as I said earlier on, and I'm quoting Menander, an ancient Greek poet, he says that it is impossible or difficult to remove folly of many years in a day. So, time will tell. We need to know how, you'll be able to consistently, conduct himself in the public domain or space in a manner that's acceptable as far as our value systems are concerned.
Now, there's one thing that hits me. Maybe, obviously, we are now feeling the weight of the name or the man in Nkrumah.
Well, I think that this particular vulgar language used against the founder of this country has rather awakened the lion in the CPP, the remnant of CPP, and all fair-minded people, in the country. This was simply an unwarranted comparison. And I don't know whether he was caught up in the euphoria of the moment. You are not in any contest with Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and the person that you are going to contest is there, so it could have easily made those comparisons. But of course, it's quite strange that he did that too, if you ask me. And then he went about rationalizing. But what he indeed put forth in the public domain has really awakened that kind of consciousness that, hey, we cannot in any way denigrate the name called Dr. Kwame Nkrumah with all the accolades, and especially disgusting in the sense that I don't want to think that it is politics as usual that you want to compare your track record with that of the late founder of this country. It is often said that it is only upon the death of the frog before we know its actual length. Your government is yet to exit power for Ghanaians to really, really assess your performance. That after some number of years, before you be able to say confidently that my investment here and there has really paid off, and that today we have this number of people who are literate, we have this number of health facilities that are treating different kinds of ailment here and there, specialized ones. We've been able to, it is only a matter of time. Mr. Mahama said when he was, elected, when they voted against him, I think in 2016, all the propaganda that was used against him, of course, it is campaign strategy. He says that posterity will judge him. Now, if Ghanaians decide to vote for him, then it means that, look, they have realized that the trust that they reposed in President Akufo-Addo and that of Bawumia did not pay off. And that if they bring him back, then it means that posterity has really vindicated him. Then luckily for him, he would have been alive to have a second opportunity to do so. So, indeed, he has really awoken a lion.
Now, Doc, let's go on to the issue of the debate. From yesterday, we've been going through speaking to the political party, that's to be precise, the NDC, who has also called a challenge that there are persons in the NDC that can meet Dr. Bawumia face-to-face or mano-to-mano, as they term it, to debate him. What do you make of this debate back and forth?
Well, I think I conducted an interview on this with TV3 this morning. Having a presidential debate in itself is not bad. It is supposed to test the integrity of the contestants, test how the substance of the contestants, how they are able to think on their feet, how they're able to respond to questions, to test their sincerity in the kinds of answers they will be providing, to evaluate their record as well, and to test the believability or otherwise of the kinds of things that they will be saying, and of course to test their temperament. And so in all of this, then it is a electorate that will be, be better positioned to take a decision. But politics is about strategy and timing. If you get the timing right, it will be a success. If you get the strategy right, it will equally be a success. The call by Dr. Bawumia is a strategy. Strategy is a political strategy because as of now, his credibility is in tatters. And all polls that have come are not in favor of the MPP, including he himself. And so, struggling with this kind of credibility, then he will want to leverage on the credibility of Mr. Mahama and see how best he can outperform and undo him. Because as it stands now, he has nothing to lose. Because if they will equally tell the truth, we will see that exactly things are not going rightly with the campaign. But you see, Annie, I sometimes shudder to think that in as much as we thank Dr. Napo as being arrogant, I think that Dr. Bawumia is equally arrogant and ignorantly so. Now, if you listen to the speech before he threw that particular challenge, he said that Mr. Mahama is talking about 24-hour economy and that he is going to expose that particular policy, expose him to the extent that he will let them know that he is as empty as an empty barrel. He was not referring to the policy as being empty, but referring to his compeer, his competitor, as empty as an empty barrel. If he did not check that language, that is very insulting. Because if you have decided not to listen to the content of the explanation of your competitor, that is your decision. But to still go about and suggest that that is empty, and to refer to the person as he is as empty as an empty barrel, that is an ignorant, arrogant person who looks down on others as if he knows better. Because if whatever you know, it is out there as your policies, what is your policy now that we have not seen before that you are now going to do? What is your inflationary rate? Compare that with Mr. Mahama. What is your debt to GDP? Compare that policy with Mr. Mahama's. What is the interest rate? Compare that with Mr. Mahama's. What is our debt to GDP? I mean, name them. What is the depreciation of the city? I'm told that the pound has reached almost 20 cities now. These are the policies on the ground. Of your. So what is this arrogant posturing on his part? So you see, all what has happened is that he sees and recognizes that his campaign, called the goodwill of Ghanaians, they don't have it. So he will want to deal with that particular situation. Hence the call for the debate.
Right.
But I am finally of the view that having listened to Mr. Mahama in that press relation, explaining issues in an extempore manner, responding to challenges, solving problems with the idea and the means that they want to solve it, it comes to me as someone who is ready to accept the challenge. But I think it is a warning based upon the performance that he put out there. It is rather a warning and a danger to Dr. Bawumia asking for that particular debate because it will be his Waterloo and a huge embarrassment that may further reduce his chances in the 2024 elections.
Right. Dr. Jonathan Asante Otchere, we're grateful for speaking to us on this.